So today we're going to talk about old medical treatments, like things they did back in the day that is a big fucking no-no now.
Things that just, aren't really...
They're fucking crazy.
They're kind of looked
It's
down
like insane. Like the fact that they thought this will work is crazy to me.
Yeah, well, sometimes they worked, though.
Yeah, I guess.
Or they thought they did, maybe.
But they truly didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Set.
Let's go. Jello. I did it this time. After 70 some episodes, I've decided
you have to finish
Jello. I'm Lynn.
And I'm Ash. That sounds so backwards to me.
I know.
It's so good.
I don't think I'll do it again.
Okay.
This is only if you can keep up.
Yes.
We're off today, boy.
We are. It's okay.
Woo.
So yeah. Ancient, not ancient, because I googled the word ancient. Like that is what we.
What to be considered ancient? How old would it have to be?
Well, if you ask the Google, it's 1,500 years.
Okay.
So this is not ancient because my shit was like the 30s.
Yeah.
So
and that's
we're not ancient.
Not even 100 years ago.
No.
So yeah.
So we're just gonna say old medical treatments, techniques that we used to do as a human race to like help people.
Yeah.
Like the insanity behind. My brain. I can't. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm going to do the lobotomy.
Yes.
Of course, I have to go.
I'm always like, oh, maybe I just need a lobotomy.
You don't want one. Like,
no.
I knew in generalizing, like, what a lobotomy was, but, like, oh my God, the shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, definition queen is a nurse. No, it's not.
It's not a nurse.
It's not a nurse. It's a neurological treatment for psychiatric disorders or neurological disorders that involves severing the connections in the brain's prefrontal cortex.
Yeah.
It's a lot of big fucking words. So pretty much what it is they would cut, they go snippy snip, the connections between your frontal cortex and the rest of your brain.
Yeah.
That is what they would do. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. Nothing more.
It sounds simple, but there is a lot going on in your frontal.
100%. The doctors actually truly believed doing this would reduce abnormal stimuli reaching the frontal area. And so that's what they thought it was happening. And this,
as a last resort, I could see why they would think. I don't know.
But
they also called it, a leucotomy? I think there's another name for it, too.
This stimuli was thought to cause the impulsive thoughts, the violent behavior,
right.
All of those things. So it would just literally make the person calm and docile.
Yeah.
Some people would just be calm.
Yeah.
And like their mental illnesses might be better.
But they're not really.
But they were gone. Like the human you were is gone. Like the good moments you had are gone. Yeah. Like you're no longer what you used to be. Your personality was now a shell. Yeah. You were pretty much a child.
Yeah.
Like you. Okay, we'll get into that here in a minute. The first lobotomy on record was actually in 1880. The first doctor man. He was a Swiss physician. He supervised an asylum. Like he was the head guy of the asylum. He did an experiment on 6 mentally ill patients. I don't know what his thought process was. I mean, obviously this is 1800, so old. But like, what would make you think, let me cut something in these people's brains that we can't technically even scan? So we don't know what a brain is. I mean, we do, but we don't. You know, we've done autopsies and we've seen the brain. We've studied the brain in that form. But like...
And it makes you wonder, like, these patients, they maybe were patients that had no family to, like, get permission. They were at a last resort.
I don't think so. They didn't fucking care about all that. His purpose was literally to not return the patient to sanity. He did not want these people to be sane. He just wanted to make them calm. That's it. Nothing more. He did not think this was going to cure them. He did not think, I'm going to do this and they're going to be better.
He thought, going to shut them up.
He thought, no, they're going to quit screaming.
Yeah.
That's all he thought. So we're going to do this procedure.
I'm not killing them, but I am shushing them, pretty much. That's
literally.
All. So initially, it was not a treatment. It was more of a barbaric attempt to just
literally
shut them up.
Okay, his process was actually to cut a hole in some part of his head. Like, cut a physical hole, unscrew the skull, cut a hole in the skull, pop that bitch open, and then sever.
Okay.
That was his process in the 1800s. That is the way he did it. One of his 6 patients died 2 days after surgery because we've never... Honestly, we've never done brain surgery yet.
Yeah. Well, you gotta start somewhere.
Like an actual successful brain surgery in the 1800s was almost unheard of. I'm not saying they didn't have them, but it wasn't a thing people did. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Another one committed suicide 6 months after because could not handle the way he was anymore. The other patients did live, like everyone else. I said 6, so there's 2. So the other 4 did live, but they were completely docile. They stared at a ceiling. Yeah. They did nothing. Nothing.
Almost vegetative.
Literally, yes. Actually, very few lobotomies were performed until the 1930s. We would do them, but it was like last fucking resort. Yeah. You're not okay. Let's do the lobotomy. After so much, the 1930s came, and this it was 1931 to be exact. This awesome man, not a doctor. Let me put that out there.
Not a doctor.
Not a fucking doctor. Named Freeman was his last name. His first name was something I could never pronounce, so I didn't even write it down. No. Freeman. He told the world, I perfected the lobotomy. I perfected it. We're no longer drilling holes in skulls. I want to know what creatures he practiced this on.
How did he get to this point?
Because he stopped drilling the holes. Are you ready for this? Fucking trigger warning if you have sensitivity to things. Ready?
Ooh, can I guess? The ice pick?
Ice pick.
Yes.
They took an ice pick?
I didn't say yes. I mean, no.
Where'd they take the ice pick?
The eyeball, baby.
Yes. They took an ice pick into the eye socket.
Yeah.
And then they would kind of like spread it open.
Not the eyeball, the eye socket's what I meant to say.
Spread her open, put some little tiny scissors in there, and snip it. Snip. Just one little snip, and that was it.
And that's where you get the ice pick lobotomy term.
100%. He claimed this method did not require an assistant. Once again, not a doctor. Did not require an assistant.
How did he figure this out?
What did he practice on? Was it humans?
Right?
Was it animals?
Dead, like cadavers? Was it
Seriously,
animals? Yeah.
I could not find any fucking information.
Do you know what he was? Like, what is, like...
He ran an insane asylum. Like, he
worked...
with people.
But he wasn't a doctor.
No, he wasn't
Okay.
You did not need an assistant. You did not need an operating room. You didn't even need protective clothing for this because there was no blood.
And I don't even think they, put them under anesthesia or anything back then, right?
There was no anesthesia.
Yeah.
I guess there was anesthesia, but not for like
heroin, maybe. I don't know what they used back then.
Literally, they drugged them. In the 30s, okay, we're thinking 1930s, 40s here. That's where this mostly takes place, in the 50s and 60s too, but we're starting in the 30s. The asylums were fucking full of people. A lot of them did need to be there. Remember that. A lot of them did not. There's a reason we no longer have the amount of asylums now as we did then. Because medication wasn't a thing then. There was no medicine.
We've got medication. We've got therapy.
We've got
people are also more accepting. Just because a woman is
angry.
She's not hysterical.
It's probably because it's her time of the month, or she has something,
a
chemical imbalance.
So what was considered hysterics back then, or mental illness, is not so much.
So these places were full to the max,
overflowing
with these crazy people, essentially.
Yeah,
like. Not crazy, though. Don't get me wrong. Some of them were. Some of them needed to be there.
Yeah.
100%. But not all of them. The airplane is going to take off. It hasn't yet. So I was hoping it wouldn't. But it is. Okay, so once again, asylums are full. To the fucking max. Medication is not invented at this point. Not for mental patients who need medication. We don't have medicine. Yeah. We just throw them in rooms and hope they don't kill each other. Literally, that's pretty much what we did. And when I say overpopulated, I mean like the staff was like 10 to thousands. There was 10 staff members to thousands of mental patients.
Jeez.
Like insane. So the lobotomy was only hope. The only hope some of these people had, which is what they thought. They thought, we need to like eliminate things. So this is our hope. This is how we're going to make people better. This right here, we're going to take an ice pick to the eyeball. It was actually somewhat successful.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a cure.
Yeah.
But people weren't insane anymore. They weren't screaming and yelling and beating people and going angry and going crazy.
Yeah.
So instead of that, they were just, their personality was changed.
Yeah.
They were more calm. They were more quiet.
Which
they were
medications do still.
I mean, now we know that.
yeah.
But okay, some of the reasons that people got lobotomies.
I'm not advocating for lobotomies, by the way.
You can't now. They're gone. Okay, so.
And we still have
are
a
you
lot
ready
of
for these?
surgery.
Are you ready for these?
I'm ready. I'm
okay,
ready.
OCD.
Yep.
Hi.
Yeah.
Severe depression.
Yeah.
Schizophrenia. Manic depressive psychosis.
So bipolar. Yeah.
We're getting there.
That's manic depressive, though.
Well, the psychosis is different.
Yeah.
Than bipolar. Bipolar is one. Bipolar disorder is one. Extreme anger. Okay. Psychopathic personality. So them psychopaths, they be getting their eyeballs poked out. Dementia.
Really?
And obesity.
Obesity?
Yeah. You fat, we're going to give you a lobotomy. You're going to quit eating. Some of the symptoms after the lobotomy. Okay. Seizures. Loss of bladder and balls.
I lost my balls.
You just lose your balls. Bowels. You just start pissing and shitting in your pants.
Yeah, your brain forgets to do what it's supposed to do.
Stop eating completely. Like, yeah.
They become anorexic.
Literally.
And,
severe weakness, loss of speech, brain infections because you're sticking a fucking ice pick in someone's brain in the back of the doctor's office. You're not at a hospital.
Yeah.
They don't do them in hospitals. You could do it on the street if you wanted to. Dementia was also a symptom of, and a like it was both.
Yeah.
Like you could have dementia and we could give you a lobotomy, or I can give you dementia with a lobotomy. Your choice, however you want to do it.
And again, though, some meds still do that.
Yes. And then lose ability to feel emotions. Completely.
Just completely apathetic.
Like literally apathetic 100 fucking percent. Okay, so Freeman's approach was obviously less invasive. We weren't drilling holes in people's skulls, but there were still fucking severe consequences to this. Like, obviously, all of them. Physicians started doing this well into the 60s. Yeah. We did lobotomies for fucking years.
It was a used technique for quite a while.
1949 to 1953 are the years that the lobotomy was the most performed.
Yeah, like at its peak. Until
literally,
because that's kind of when meds started being
meds
discovered.
Started in 53.
Psychotherapy, other psychosurgeries. Because there's still surgeries. There's still psychosurgeries that are similar, but it's more like leucotomy, whatever they call them. Like they're similar,
right? Where
they remove parts, or especially for like epileptics and things like that. So there's stuff, but it's not like an ice pick through the eye sockets.
And so in the beginning, whenever we realized we could do this, Dr. Freeman said, we can do this. And it spread across the world. It was not just the United States, the fucking world. It spread everywhere. Our asylums were full. We abused it.
Yeah.
You know what? We're going to take these people and we're going to give them all a lobotomy and put them in a room together because they're just going to drool. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We fucking abused the shit out of the lobotomy. So it was just to calm them, just so the staff didn't have to work so fucking hard anymore. It was a very, 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 very low cost. It was nothing. Literally, wheel them in, and like it became a point. Like I've seen old documentaries and shows where it's like Bill started screaming, so we gave him a lobotomy.
Yeah,
he could have stubbed his toe. It doesn't matter why he screamed. He got a lobotomy because he got too loud that day.
Yeah,
it's like they picked and choose. They did not fucking care. You're getting one that day. Almost all of these were done without the patient or the family's consent. They did not fucking care. There was no such thing as consent when it came to a lobotomy. Like, they just did them. They're just like, you know what? We're going to go do you now. Guess you get your lobotomy. You get a lobotomy. You get a lobotomy.
If they think they're not fucking like Oprah. Psychologically, like if they think they're impaired psychologically, I don't know, but they're not.
So in the beginning, once it became a big thing, it was everyone got one. It didn't matter who you are. As time went on, we kind of stopped. We still gave them to the severe cases. It was more a last-ditch effort. We've tried everything we can think of. Now we're going to give you a lobotomy. Yeah. Especially when medication was developed. Yeah. That was in the 50s. When the 50s came around, we started having medication that would help calm the people. Yeah. Versus give them a fucking brain operation in the back of the office. Like, so it did slow down. Actually, John F. Kennedy's sister,
Rosemary Kennedy,
was given a lobotomy in 1941 at age 23.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was like one of the most famous cases of...
Yeah, she was incredibly difficult to deal with and irritable. So she was 23 in the 40s.
She hadn't even had time to grow up.
She was having a good time. Like, I don't know her mental status, but to me it just sounds like she was irritable.
I know they say she dealt with mental illness, but what did that constitute back then? I don't know.
Having your period? You're now mentally unstable because you bleed?
That is one lobotomy gone wrong, for
100%. Sure. She was permanently incapacitated and she could not talk. Yeah. No more words came out of her mouth after her lobotomy.
And
the Kennedys covered this up for years and lied about her whereabouts. Said, "Oh, we don't know where she is. She's off the coast of blah, 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 blah." And she was actually in an asylum somewhere. And her family did go visit her and everything, but that was one of. I mean, they all went bad. Sad. There was,
Yeah.
About 100,000 lobotomies are recorded.
Yeah, how many done?
I'm gonna say
how many were done that
100%. 100,000 in the world were recorded. 60,000 of that was the United States.
Wow.
So we did the majority. Of course, we fucking did. Yeah, we are the United States. We are trash, essentially. So recorded, though. I am going to say the word recorded one more time because recorded. Do you know how many of these probably went under the fucking books?
Right, probably triple that.
Do you know how much training you did not need to give a lobotomy? We don't need training. Yeah. We don't need to be trained to do this. Stick a fucking ice pick in this person's eyeball and sever their brain. Have a good day. That's it. You're done. 60% of all of these were done on women.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because...
there's still 40% of men out there that got them done, but it was mostly literally a woman on her period.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's exactly what it was, but
right. You speak out.
Women have more mental illness than men. Anything. We're going to give you a lobotomy because you're not cleaning the house properly. It was just fucking insane.
My wife's a bitch. She needs a brain to fix.
Exactly. Not one human of the 100,000, not one, was ever completely helped with lobotomy. Nothing.
Wow.
Every single case had
it
side
was
effects.
Successful in a sense that it shut them up, but that's about it.
A lot of them, their symptoms would calm down.
Yeah.
They would no longer feel the anger or the whatever.
No longer human.
But then it caused bigger problems.
Yeah.
They would start having seizures. I think it was almost 50% had seizures.
Wow.
Huge fucking seizures after this procedure. They lived, but they had seizures. Several people had multiple lobotomies.
Jeez.
I don't know if that shit grew back or if they thought, let's just keep cutting deeper and deeper.
Maybe we didn't get the right spot.
Exactly.
We'll go back in.
Because, it would start with, okay, we're going to give you a lobotomy to make you feel better. We feel better for a little bit, but then it comes back. So we're going to give you another lobotomy because you're back to where you were. So we're going to give you another. I'm talking 2 or 3 lobotomies.
Wow.
Yes. This kind of blew my fucking mind because I did not realize this. Only about 5% of people actually died.
Really?
Not very many.
Wow.
More died from suicide than actual
Wow.
Which 100,000, 5% is about 5,000, right?
Yeah. That's a very small percent
of 100,000 humans. Yes. And like I said, a lot of those were suicide because they could not handle the way they were anymore.
Yeah.
Wow. Fucking crazy, isn't it?
That is crazy.
The last recorded lobotomy was done in February of 1967 by Freeman, not doctor.
Not a doctor.
By Freeman. He was performing his 3rd lobotomy on one of his patients, and she actually died 2 days later from a brain infection.
Oh.
After this, physicians were we're done.
Yeah.
We have other methods we can do.
Yeah.
It was slowly starting to be banned in other countries. The United States has never banned the lobotomy.
Yeah, I do know that. It's never been officially.
It has never been officially banned.
Not illegal.
So technically, if a doctor wants to do a lobotomy on you, they fucking can.
Yeah.
Obviously,
still legal.
It's unethical now, and nobody would ever do that. But it has never. Nobody, no president, no governor, no higher up person has ever said this is illegal.
Right.
Not one. You are essentially taking a person and turning them into a skin sack.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. They're no longer a human being. They sit, they drool. Some of them could function. Some of them could go back to work. Those were the more, lighter cases.
Yeah.
Like, I get angry. I got a lobotomy. I'm not angry anymore.
Yeah.
But still, you also had all the other side effects that came
Right.
along with that lobotomy. Yes. Medications were rolling in. We're in the 60s now. More medications.
Different types of surgeries.
And other types of therapy was replaced. Like you said, the electroshock took off after the lobotomy.
And that was actually pretty successful. And they still do that. I mean, that's still very common practice. I thought about it, dude. I thought about it.
Electroshock therapy is still used in extreme cases, yes. But that pretty much took over the lobotomies that obviously have not been done since the 60s.
Yeah. Electroshock, which now they call it like electroconvulsive therapy or ECT.
Why do we always have to change the name? Like, it's fucking electroshock therapy.
Honestly, electroshock sounds better than electroconvulsive, but whatever.
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, they use it for severe depression, schizophrenia, bipolar, like things like that. But they use that all the time.
I mean,
it's very
it was abused
successful.
too.
Yeah, it was over. I'm sure back then.
It actually started in the 30s. Also, electroshock did.
Yeah.
And I think the choice was like, do you want a lobotomy or do you want to be electroshocked back into your life? And for some reason, they fucking choose lobotomy instead.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I get it. We're shocking the brain.
I would seriously maybe try the electroshock at some time. Like,
you want to be electroshock therapized? It's
like mild electric currents now is what they use, and it usually sets off like a small seizure to kind of reset the brain activity.
I don't think it was mild currents of
back then, no, but like nowadays it's very controlled.
When they flip that lever, because in my brain there's a whole ass Addams Family lever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, they flip that bitch, the whole city's power got lost because it all went into your body.
Back then, very barbaric, but nowadays it's much more mild, and it's usually successful, and there's not a lot of risk from what I've understood, like the forms that they use now. But I don't know. I would try just to kind of reset. I have so many like neurotransmitter issues, nervous system issues.
What if it does the opposite?
Makes it worse?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's not. So like modern day electrotherapy type of stuff.
I feel like
almost always.
Hold on. I feel like you've actually looked into this as an option for your life.
I have researched it a lot.
My mind is blown, mouth wide open. Are you serious?
I always joke like I just need electroshock. I just need something to reset my brain.
I need a lobotomy.
I say that too. I say both of those, but it's my brain is just so all the time.
But then it wouldn't be you.
No, so I don't think it would do. I think it would just kind of reset my neurotransmitters, like my wiring. My wiring is faulty.
Very specific view on electroshock therapy, and it's because of all the shows I've seen.
Now, old days, the barbaric,
I don't think I can get around 2024 electroshock therapy. My brain is in 1934.
And it's very controversial. It is. But, I mean, electricity and medical stuff goes all the way back to ancient Rome, technically. You got electric eels, and they would use that for healing and stuff back then. So
did you do electroshock therapy? Did I just segue you? No, you didn't, did you?
No, I did not. That was not my thing.
You just know a lot about it, apparently.
Well, and then when I was reading about old ancient techniques, I ran across that too, and I guess technically Rome could be ancient. How far ago is ancient Rome?
1,500
years. So yeah, that could probably be considered ancient.
We're gonna call it ancient because it's close enough.
Because they use electric eels to like heal gout and headaches.
We still don't know where they come from.
Electric eels, right?
Still don't know. That's
the aliens.
The aliens.
They brought healing powers to the people of Earth way back then.
I believe it.
They came through Portal. Okay. I have to mention Portal on every episode. I gotta
think
bring
it's
it
like
in
your
somewhere.
thing. Like, you have to just say the word portal.
It's a wormhole.
So what did I call those? I called them something else.
Rabbit holes?
I think so.
That's what you go down when you're researching.
We were talking about rabbit holes, but
you called the rabbit hole a wormhole.
I called the rabbit hole a wormhole in our very first ever episode, and I'm like, you know what? We're gonna leave that shit in because that's who I am as a person. Okay. So what did you actually do, my love?
I actually want to talk about medical cannibalism. You heard me. Okay. Cannibalism.
You said this earlier because I'm like, hey girl, what'd you do? And you're like, medical cannibalism. I'm like, pump the brakes.
Now, I'm not talking Hannibal Lecter, Jeffrey Dahmer style eating people.
So that's what my brain goes to.
Right. You think of a cannibal and you think of like the guy that ate the guy's face off, or the bath salt people that start eating people's parts. But this was like true medicinal. Okay. This is the consumption of human tissue and blood for medicinal purposes. So medical cannibalism.
Hold on. You did a definition.
I did.
I'm so proud of you. Okay, I'm sorry. Go.
Yeah. And this was actually used all over the world for a long time.
I've never fucking heard of this.
I've heard of extreme things, like people who have like that weird blood skin disorder where they like sometimes think they need to drink blood because it's something with their
like vampires.
Something. Yeah, like I've heard of like vampirism and things like that. And
I
I've
know
heard
who
of like
Edward Cullen is, so I'm with you.
And I've heard of people. Well, there is this condition where they're like something with their blood and their skin, and they are actually sensitive to sunlight, and their skin's like painful, and something with their blood to where they can't.
That one.
So like I've heard of that, and like some of them think they need to drink blood, and I've heard of like people going crazy and like turning into zombies and like rare situations where they eat. And I know we talked about that one thing.
We also consumed bath salts before we felt this way.
Sometimes that is the case.
Exactly.
And I've heard of like ritualistic things, like different tribes throughout history that would, eat parts of the body or things like that. Okay. But this is like in many, many countries for a very long time.
Did we do it?
Well, this is probably before we were technically the U.S.
Okay.
So I'm not sure about North America, how much it was practiced here, but especially in Europe, like big time in Europe. That was the main. Okay, so let's go back. We'll talk about ancient Rome again for a minute.
Okay.
So we're talking 1,200 years ago, probably. It started with them, I think. That and maybe China with the Tang Dynasty.
Of course.
So over 1,000 years ago. So, like, consumption of human flesh as a medical treatment. They would, so ancient Rome, the blood of the wounded gladiators was thought to have healing powers. So we're talking a little magical, spiritual here, but they thought it was good for epilepsy, healing wounds, things like that.
Okay, you said wounded, not dead. So, like, I got cut, and you would just drip your blood into a bowl, and then we would give it to the public?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
They didn't, sometimes they would take fresh corpses.
Okay, there we go. There's our death.
So it gets so much more than that. Okay, so this is kind of how it started. They thought, in ancient Rome, they thought that wounded gladiators or wounded warriors or their freshly dead warriors, that the blood was healing and it was potent. And the more violent the death, the more they thought the blood was.
These people just pulled shit out of their ass.
Well, my husband said something before, because I was talking to him about this. I'm like, he's like, I didn't know all that, but my daughter, she does weird research stuff like for fun, and she's like, yeah, Mom, that was a thing. And I'm like, I did not realize like this. She's like, yeah, and like the more violent, like she knew all this. And my husband said something with like hunting and sometimes like deer and stuff, if they're like the more violent, it's something with, I don't know if it's like the endorphins and the all the hormones and the rushing of like, maybe it makes everything more potent, I guess. I don't know. But they fully believe that. In China, same thing. So for several hundred years, this was practiced. Mostly 16th, 17th century is when it was really big. But this went all the way, there were reports all the way up until the 20th century. So we're talking, like, this went on for hundreds of years.
Just drinking the blood.
Not just the blood. Okay. So I'll get into more of that. They're Europeans, okay? And this was not just peasants or poorer people, or this was even...
I feel like this would be rich people.
Yeah, royalty, priests, scientists, like...
Bring me the
Yeah, lots of physicians back then claimed that ingesting... Okay, so not just blood... But there were remedies containing human bones, blood, fat. They'd make it into medicine for everything from headaches to epilepsy to whatever. Okay. So I talked about the wounded warriors, the more violent the death, but also youth and vitality was important. So some people did it as like a sacred thing. It was sacred in some cultures. Like you absorb strength and power by consuming the flesh, blah, blah, blah. So it could be ritualistic. But there were actual physicians who thought this was, a thing. It could heal. Not just the blood, but the spirit or the soul of the flesh was, there was something in the blood and I don't know. So the fat, the skin, everything. They would do, in Europe, 16th, 17th century, they made what they called, it was like a mummified, ground up, they called it mummy or mumia, something like that, and it was made from grinding up mummified human flesh. They would prescribe it for a variety of ailments, headaches, heart attacks, internal bleeding, all kinds of stuff. So we didn't have
medication, so it's like we've tried everything on this planet, let's grind up a human and take like eat it.
And for hundreds of years, they must have thought that it worked. Like,
I was gonna say, did it work?
They thought it did. I don't know.
Maybe that's like a placebo. Like,
I don't know.
I feel like I ate your skin. I'll be better.
Right?
Oh my God.
And then, so like the demand for mummies was ridiculous. Like there were grave diggers would go dig up Egyptian tombs.
Right,
I think it started with like thinking Egyptian tombs held all this power.
Right.
But then it got to be where they would mummify other things, other people. And especially like...
to grind up the humans.
Yeah.
And
like
eat them.
Especially executed criminals and prisoners, enslaved people, things like that. They would turn them into mummies. And up until like the 20th century, they would grind them into recipes. Like you could go to your local apothecary and buy different recipes, different concoctions.
Was it like, Bill, Ted, Frank, Bob, which one do I want?
Right?
You know what I mean? Like, who do I choose today?
Yeah, people of wealth. Now, wealthy people could go to local apothecaries. They could purchase.
I believe it. I feel like this is like a very wealthy thing back in the day.
Well, not necessarily.
I just
so
feel
there
like
was
that's
different ways to get it. Like your poor people
would steal.
Well, that, or they would go to like a local local public execution and like take a cup and like hope and beg that they would get a cup of blood.
Shut the fuck up.
Like the sick poor people would go.
Are you fucking serious?
And the executioner would like very nicely give them some if he wanted to. Yeah. That was a thing. So the local apothecaries
I can't. Like I can't. Like this isn't real.
So they would order like fat and skin and like different parts of the bodies, the blood. You could go and pick what kind of blood you wanted from the apothecary. If you got money.
I wonder if anybody picked like the boobies or the balls. You know, I'm just
But it was made into a medicinal, so like
right.
you weren't just like, buying a you know,
you weren't walking
out
of there with the arm on your back ready to go.
So they would often like mix the human parts with chocolates or make like a marmalade.
Oh,
so like let's spread on my toast. It's gonna be so good. Like a little dessert, a little skin chocolate.
No.
They'd make jerky, so they would mix different bits of the corpses with
out
wine.
Of, like, flesh.
They would like soak it in wine, add aloe, myrrh, different spices and herbs and stuff, and then they would dry it out and turn it into jerky. So you like go get your medicine, your jerky.
Let's go get some Frank jerky,
right,
to make me feel better.
But if you're poor and you ain't got no money, you better go stand there and hope that when they're executing this guy, get me a hot, fresh cup of his dirty blood, please. Like. Could you imagine?
I like, wait a second. Like, I wonder if these people went up and like tried to cut fingers and shit off.
I don't know,
the corpses.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like the poor people. Like, oh, that finger's got to have something.
It's so crazy, right? I dove into this and I was like, what on God's
So I
earth?
truly wonder. Okay, we kept doing it. You said up until the 20th century.
Yeah, well. Even in the early 1900s, I read that Germany had noted pharmaceutical companies still offering genuine Egyptian mummy in its catalog and stuff.
Okay, so there has to be something behind this then.
Right?
I'm just saying.
It wasn't like they tried it for 20 years. It went on for centuries. From ancient Rome all the way up into... Well, I mean, technically, we still do blood transfusions, skin grafts,
but
organ
we're not
donation.
Consuming someone's liver.
It. Now, you've got your random...
Okay, hold on.
Strange
this
guys
seriously, this is going to sound so fucking
We
crazy.
don't know that people aren't still doing that.
Okay, hold on. Whenever you turn a bottle of pills over and you read the ingredients list and you cannot pronounce 90% of that fucking shit,
flesh.
What if that's Frank's liver?
Right?
What if that's Bill's liver?
Well, there's always
what if
been
that's
that
someone's
theory.
skin and they just come up with a word to make you feel like
Right?
you're getting something good, but it's actually fucking human flesh.
Right?
I will never take medication again.
It's always been like,
oh my god,
because it's so controversial that maybe at some point someone was like, okay, no, this isn't cool anymore. We shouldn't do it, or at least we shouldn't advertise.
So then we did it under the table and we called it bipinzamin, and it's actually Billy's butt.
Right?
Oh my
god.
God.
Who knows? Maybe still, but you know, you've got your theories and your conspiracies.
This is going to send me into like a
people
whirl.
Who still drink blood and rituals and things like that for youth and vitality.
To me, there is a difference in drinking blood for a ritual versus grinding someone fat and bones and liver up and consuming it to make my tummy feel better.
So this did go into like vampirism. Some people would drink straight from the vein to heal themselves if someone was willing, especially. There was stories of that, but there was also like, let's make these desserts, let's make these little medicines,
that is
these
different.
concoctions.
Drinking blood is equally as gross, but I don't feel like I can get around a vampire. I can get around vampirism. I cannot get around seriously grinding up Frank's toes.
It's fucked up
to make
right?
my headache go away.
It's so
like
crazy.
that is not the same.
Yeah, so they're like the late when would this have been? King Charles II. He was a believer in the power of human remains, having the ability to cure all.
I was going to say, you get a king that believes this shit.
So
you get a toe, you get a toe, you get a toe.
The fact that he was so big on it, he believed in a medicine called Spirit of the Skull. It contained real skull. He even paid $6,000 for the recipe, and he referred to it as King's Drops. So yeah, you're gonna sell some shit. But they would get into, they'd make like high demands for these body parts. And in Denmark, this is like late 1800s. There are places in Denmark where wealthy, this is where they would still, this is late 1800s, so this is well past that time.
This is when the first lobotomy happened, the late 1800s, I'm just saying. Right?
They would still go, like, public executions and want the blood and want the parts, and it's just so
I have a question. You probably don't know the answer, but I seriously have a question. I wonder if more body parts were worth more money. Like the brain has more, or the heart has more.
And we did that one episode on the not mad cow disease, but something like that with the brains and the tribes that would eat brains. And we thought and we thought it was something so crazy that it would never, because you don't hear reports of that, like, unless some like far off island with some tribe that does
but that was solely eating the brain of their dead loved ones to carry them with them. This is like, I don't feel well, I am ill, I need to eat your heart.
So it's not just like somebody's like Jeffrey Dahmer. He's messed up in the head and these are people that actually think it's healing them.
I truly wonder how many people killed their family members for this shit. Or killed the local paper boy. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Or like if somebody got hurt and they're like, wait, let me get some of your blood first. Like, don't,
let me cut off your hand.
Don't stitch it up. Let me have that blood first.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I don't know. It's fucked up. And there are reports of just in the last 10 to 15 years. Now, granted, this is like slum areas of like Brazil, poverty areas where they would like kind of lack compliance with laws, and they didn't have money, they didn't have food, so starving people would eat body parts found in garbage dumps. This is more like, when the ship wrecks and you're hungry, like, kind of thing.
Look, I can get around some survival shit.
Right.
Like I've seen Yellow Jackets.
Right.
We had to eat our friends that died because we have no food.
Spoiler alert.
That's not, come on, you gotta know that. That was season 1. That was season 1. You know what I mean?
You kind of get an idea just from watching
even
the
if you go further back than that, what was that one movie? Was it called Alive, where the soccer team crashed in the cold? I don't know if it's Arctic or what.
And there's been stuff like that.
And they had to eat their friends.
Right.
That is a totally different thing to me. That is to fucking survive. That is because you are going to die if you do not consume that person.
Yeah.
This is seriously because I have a headache.
Right.
And I am seriously scared to take medication now.
I
am going to every ingredient in my fucking Delta.
What do they scientifically call ground up flesh? What's really in my jerky?
Did we just unlock the key? I hope not.
But
if we disappear, that's why.
Now, some people think nowadays that it's just people who are into dark stuff, ritualistic type stuff.
That's...
But if it was going on into the 20th century, there's probably people all over the world still doing this.
I don't know. We're all doing it because it's in our fucking ibuprofen.
It's our hamburgers really hamburger,
and it's in our Tylenol.
So but if it's keeping us alive, I don't know.
I don't need to know any of this.
It does cause liver damage.
Like, Tylenol, listen, so. I don't need to know any of this. Like, thank you for haunting my dream. Like, I don't get grossed out or like.
Oh, like it actually bothers.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Wow.
Like, I think it's more of a mental
I can't believe I actually grossed
you
out.
You did good. High five. Good job. Seriously, no. Like, just the thought of.
And I couldn't stop reading. I was like, what?
Potentially, they're continuing to do this. Which you didn't even say that, but I feel like they are.
Right? Especially since so many of them believe that in, the youth, the vitality, the power in it. Like, how many people are hungry for that stuff. Right. And not just think that, I'm going to heal my epilepsy or my migraines, but I could be powerful. I could be youthful.
Yeah.
And that's when you get into conspiracy theories that we won't talk about. But it's like...
It was the aliens. It's always the aliens.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So, okay, hold up. Let me set your scene here. Are you ready? My son, Timmy. I don't know why I said Timmy. It's just the name I said. I apologize for any Timmys or Franks or Bills or anybody out there.
I feel like Timmy's had a lot of adventures in our episodes.
I feel like Timmy also, isn't he the one that was sick in like Jiminy Cricket's story or some shit like that?
I don't remember.
He was someone's story. I don't know. Timmy is ill. I am poor as shit. I feed my kids leather soup because I can't afford anything. Okay? We're back in time. We're not today. I don't have a child named Timmy, I promise. The only resort that I truly believe will save my child is to go to a hanging with a cup and hopefully get blood of a human for my child.
Right?
What the fuck? Could you imagine?
Make sure you get it home while it's still hot, though. Because if it sits and...
coagulate.
You better drag Timmy in a wagon with you because you want that shit fresh.
No, you brought the rocks for the warming. Like, you brought the warming rock plate. Oh, my gosh.
I put the cup under my bosom and I hold on to it so it's
They probably did.
Right?
Like, I don't know. That's fucking crazy.
I know, but they didn't know any better, I guess. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know.
Well, obviously, at some point, somebody had to have been like, listen, this is bad. Like, you're eating people. Like, you're essentially... I guess
when you're person in charge, when you're king, or say in our case, it would be if our president was doing it and saying, this is the shit right here. This is the shit. Everybody get it. Like, king's drops.
I could see... Never mind.
I know.
Never mind.
I mean, it's not that far-fetched, honestly.
Okay. That is also terrifying.
I know.
Something that, like, is ridiculous.
Right?
If the right person says, no, it's not, it's healing me, it's making my cancer better, my heart better, whatever my problem is, you better fucking believe we're going to do everything in our possible to get that fat and blood stew.
Yeah.
Like tincture to make me better.
Yeah.
I would truly hope that us as a human race would not stoop that low again.
I would hope not, but I mean, things go in cycles. It's a cycle. Everything begins again. Like, so, I mean, the 90s are coming back.
I mean, I could get around if, like, we're in zombie apocalypse times or something, and I gotta eat someone. But, like, other than that,
survival's different than like me going to the local Walgreens and like, hey, I want some of that ground up skull, please.
Yeah, but I also don't. I think I'm saying like, oh, I could eat someone. I don't think I could. I don't think my brain would exactly.
Oh, I could fucking chow down.
Seriously?
I mean, I don't want
to. You could like eat my arm if you were gonna die.
I mean,
I'm dead.
I think if you're already dead, sure.
Seriously.
I mean, if it comes to matter life and death, I would feed my kids first.
I think I would rather die than put myself through that.
Really?
Yeah.
What about if it were your kids? Oh, this is getting pretty deep here.
Okay.
Like to save your kids, would you cut my arm off and just...
To save my children? No, because I wouldn't.
First.
I don't think I could kill a human.
Well, if I'm already dead.
Like, you just said, like, if you were dead.
Already dead.
I don't
Fresh,
know.
But dead.
I think I could figure out a different way to feed them.
Really?
I would truly hope that I could.
This is the queen of true crime over here. This is someone who doesn't get grossed out.
I'm not grossed out. I don't think I could.
Cannibalism is not for everyone. It's not.
No, just for you, my love.
I guess when I become a zombie, we'll be all right.
You would thrive in these times. Like, you were the one. You were like, bring me the eyeballs.
I'm also the one you thought would join a cult easier. So, I mean, if it's a cannibalism cult,
so like, I like to visually watch the true crime and the blood and the murder and the slaughters, but I don't want to be part of it. Like, I don't want to be the reason or the thing. Just like, I can see you doing
play it
that.
In a movie.
Good for you. I'm going to go to the meadow and make me some stick soup.
Right.
Like, I don't think I could.
I mean, I would obviously want to exhaust all options first, but
would you
say we're out on a
excited.
ship. If we're out on a ship and we can't get to the local herbs and the local sticks or whatever,
I will jump to my death before I eat you.
Really?
100%.
Damn.
I don't think I could do that to a person.
Very sweet.
It's
very like, selfless.
You're like, fuck you, I'm going to eat your whole face. Okay, this just got weird and gross.
It's so, okay. I would never want to do that, obviously. But if you are starving and your family's starving, I don't know. I mean, it sounds fucking gross, but...
But here's my thing. You fed your family for that day, that minute.
And that's it.
But
the body's just
why prolong...
Sorry, but once a body's dead,
why prolong what's going to happen? Because you don't have any more bodies.
It gives you a couple more days of sustenance, and then you're like, okay,
and then you die.
Well, maybe.
And then I'm also going to probably die because I ate something that wasn't good for me, or a bone got stuck in my throat.
But your chances are a little higher,
and
you got a little more strength to think.
Or for what is it? Isn't it like? What is it? Is it 10 days with no food and 4 days with no water or something? Like I don't know exact timing. So, like, you saved me for 10 more days. So, after 10 days, I'm going to die anyway because there's no other people around. So why prolong my suffering?
There's that hope that you might figure something out before then.
See,
or you might get the strength to swim.
It has nothing to do with eating flesh. You have hope and I don't. That is what the difference is. I have no hope. I never have.
Sad.
But you have all the hope in the world. You're like, this gives me 10 more days to calculate my survival. And I'm like, fuck the survival. I'm at the bottom with the sharks.
Oh my god.
Okay, this just got so...
It's so funny how different we think.
I know. We just got morbid as fuck. So we're going to go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is something I read and I thought it has nothing to do with humans, but I read that elephant bile was used at one point. They would dilute it with water to like relieve bad breath, like halitosis. Would you drink elephant bile to get rid of bad breath? 1, how the fuck did that work? 2,
I have so many questions. How did we extract bile from an elephant? Is the elephant dead?
That's what I want to know.
Because, hold on, if the elephant's dead, the bile is one of the first things that's going to, like, go gross. So, like, you would have to, like, I'm not getting graphic. You would have to go straight in and excrete that bile instantaneously. Yeah. Or, if it's alive, you can put a needle.
Ventura, when that part where...
The rhino, when it comes out of the rhino's butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that the other day. It was actually on the TV in a chiropractor office. And I was like, we're watching this.
That's
okay,
great.
Cool.
There was so many gross things they used to do back then, though. Like, there's been some really fucking weird, gross things. Well, I know they still
we've talked about that a little bit before, like, because it's like, we have to try everything.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
that's true.
at least they tried it. So now we know
it didn't work.
Elephant bile does not help bad breath.
Would you get in line to, like, I don't know, for something as little as bad breath? Like, I'd rather chew on a mint leaf or something.
Chew on a stick, you'll be fine.
Right? And then there's, like, you know, back in the day, they used to use, like, chloroform. They used to use mercury, things that they didn't have a clue were, like, really dangerous. Like, okay, I'm going to go have a surgery. They're going to chloroform me. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy to think how far we've come. But also...
I'm actually thankful, and I'm really, 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 really hoping that there's no fucking Frank's eyeballs in my ibuprofen.
Right?
Like, it's gonna... Every time I take a fucking pill now, every time I take an ibuprofen or a Tylenol or a Mucinex or whatever I have to take, which I don't take... The only medication I ever take is ibuprofen if necessary.
Yeah.
I don't take cold cough medicine.
Yeah, I don't usually either.
Because it just makes me feel like shit. It doesn't help me.
But
anyway,
knocks me
every
out,
single time I pop one of them ibuprofens, I'm going to think about Frank's eyeballs.
Every time I see jerky, which I can't eat jerky anymore because I got real sick of it when I was little, and just to smell it now.
I don't like jerky, so... Don't your husband, like, whole ass make jerky in your garage?
Yes, absolutely.
Is it human? I'm not joking.
It's deer, it's venison, but I'll tell you what, when I buy it from the store and I get it, I'll get it for my husband or my kids, but I won't eat it myself. I'm going to think
jerky?
of, soaked in whatever wine and herbs and...
Yeah, that's gross. Okay, so... I don't know why anyone would ever want to contact us after this episode, but if you want to,
ice pick lobotomies and medicinal cannibalism.
Yours got me, dude. You can do so at only if you can keep up at gmail.com.
Don't eat each other.
And don't get a lobotomy because they're bad.
Not worth it.
No, bye.
Bye.